Welcome to join this panel. So stablecoins are undoubtedly one of the hottest topics this year. PayFi is transforming our lives as yield power payments go live. So over the next 30 minutes, we'll explore how stablecoins and the digital currencies are reshaping payments from underbanked communities to global trading desks. Let's welcome our panelists and invite each of them to give a brief introduction. So go from Benjamin.
Super. Thank you very much. Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for your patience in staying that late to listen to us. I guess it's the last panel of the day. So I represent Flipster. Flipster is a centralized exchange specialized in derivatives. We're the fastest growing exchange in the space. We're the fastest growing exchange mostly for three reasons. First, our UI is optimized for speed with ultra low latency. Secondly, we offer close to 400 trading pairs on perpetuals, and a lot of those are at zero spreads. You've heard well, not zero fees, zero spreads. So you can start imagining what arbitrage opportunities you can get from this. And thirdly, we have a very competitive earn program on your USDT balances, so you can earn while you trade.
Thank you, Benjamin. GM, everyone. So I would like to share some information about UQUID. So UQUID is about the leading infrastructure platform. So we are bringing about the utilities on the major blockchains like Tron, and Solana. We specialize in delivering about products and service to the major blockchain that the user they need the most. And we also make it easy to access, and the user they can use the crypto in the payment in every day without any hassle. And we have about over 170 million products and ready to serve the people. Yes.
日本語で話します。日本の暗号資産交換業の SBI、グループの、SBI VC トレードから来ました池田です。SBI グループは世界に、アジアで先駆けて、USDC を取り扱いを今年の3月から始めまして、日本の国内でのステーブルコインの流通が上がってきているというところから、今日はそんな話をできたらなと思ってます。
Hello, I'm Yu from the Japan Blockchain. Today I'm here for supporting the Mr. Ikeda from the SBI VC. So he said, so SBI Group is one of the biggest Japanese crypto exchange and also doing the famous as the accepting the USDC in the first time in Japan, and also probably it's very rare in Asia. So SBI VC is now not just only the normal trading platform, but also the platform and business hub for increasing the stable coin market. Yes, thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm Ivan, the CMO at StakeStone. So StakeStone is a omni-chain liquidity infrastructure protocol. We are actually a DeFi protocol where we have yield-bearing assets. We turn your ETH and your BTC, and you can earn yields effortlessly. And you are able to also use your USD1 and put it into our vault and also earn yields on it as well. So what we essentially do is turn your assets, your digital assets, to be able to earn yield effortlessly. I think that's one of the main goals. And also, I think we are 100% transparent on chain. And I think we have also helped different ecosystems out there to achieve their liquidity needs, including like Scroll, including Barachain and Plume Network as well. And also upcoming, there's like Monad and Mega ETH as well. So we actually extract all our yield from these ecosystems, and we give 100% of this yield back to the users. Yep. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you all. Let's just jump straight into our first question. So we've debated stablecoins and CBDCs for years. Some say we are still early, others see the mass adoption right ahead. Are we still early or finally ready for mainstream decentralized payments? Yeah, what's your thoughts? We'll start with Benjamin.
The thought in between stablecoins and CBDC, is that the question?
Yeah, like
Okay.
are we still early or you think it's ready?
Yeah, so I think there's a space for both. I think that CBDCs are particularly important to help governments be more efficient with anything that comes around the topic of financials. So government efficiency itself, how to collect taxes, how to provide different types of benefits to the population. I think there's a real use case for CBDCs. Stablecoins, on the other hand, is a completely different use case. And I think what the world has shown over the last few years is the fact that both of those aspects are growing very, very fast. Stablecoins will remain. I do not believe for a second that they will be replaced by CBDCs. I think that they cater to different needs. Stablecoins, especially in countries where you have capital controls, in countries where you want to be in control of your coins. It was the promise of cryptocurrencies initially, is to be able to be in full custody of your money. Stablecoin can continue to offer that opportunity. CBDCs are going to more help government to provide services and also to collect taxes of its population in a much more efficient way. But then you have the problem of interoperability of CBDCs. That is a problem that stablecoin doesn't have. So for a number of reasons, I think that there's a use case for both. And I think that when you see the push in the regulatory landscape around stablecoins these days, we can really see that both of those things are going to grow very fast in the next few years.
Yeah, thank you. So go over to Baobie.
Yeah, so I totally agree with about Benjamin's when he says something about stablecoin and CBDC. So CBDC will be about the backbone of the digital currency, and stablecoin will be the innovation layer to support together to coexist. So for my question, we look into about the two things in the APEC. So the story of the cross-border payment is no longer about what if. This is just what about currently happen now. So look at the case study in Vietnam last week. The government in Da Nang city have signed about the MOU with about the Tether to allow the payment by USDTs over there. And they also learned about the project on the sandbox. So this demonstrates that they want to turn Da Nang into about the finance digital hub. And to imagine that we are here, the tourists come from to Vietnam. The worrying thing that we worry this is about how we can exchange the cash. And it does play just or good. So, but now we can directly buy with the USDTs by scanning about the QR code. And the store, they will receive in VND currency. So that is very fast, cheap, and suitable for both sides. And this also happened in Vietnam last week. And the other case study, that is from Japan. I also make the research in the Japan that the government in Japan had created about the legal stablecoin. So they even approached that the yen-backed stablecoin issued by just banks and also the trust. So what is make powerful is that the government is not only use that in domestics, they also use that for about the global trade and cross-border remittance. So compare the Vietnam and Japan, while Vietnam is tackling in about the tourist and retail problem, Japan is addressing about the bigger institutional laws. How about the CBDC? So we look into about the case study in Hong Kong. The central bank now they are running about the phase 2 of the e-Hong Kong pilots. They are testing about the programmabilities and also the testnet. And they also asking about the bigger question, how can it connect with the other economies? So that's why they become the lead participant in the project Average, alongside with China, UAE, and also Thailand. And together, they are built about the multi-CBDC platform for about the instant foreign exchange and cross-border settlement. That's about the real infrastructure at the wholesale level. So based on about those case study, we can see that the government, they ruled us the stablecoin and digital currency in the future. It's not only about the question from the user or communities, will be about the stablecoin we accept in the daily life.
日本ではもうすでにステーブルコインに関する法律がもうすでに出来上がっていて、なので日本から CBDC をベースに考えるというかは、ステーブルコインを使ってどういうふうなユースケースを作っていくかというフェーズにもう移っています。
So in Japan, Japan already make the legal framework for how to establish the stablecoin and also how the licensing about how bank will make the stablecoin. So in Japan, government is thinking to basically start from the stablecoin from the private sector, not from the CBDC, and how now in the government side is discussing how to make the stablecoin for more public.
で日本の大きなメガバンク系からもステーブルコインがもう発表されていて、でそういった中で多分おそらく世界中が日本がどういう法的解釈で銀行のステーブルコインを世の中に広めていくかっていうのが今注目されています。
So in Japan now, Japan's biggest mega bank is already announced to establish the stable coin. So it's very different like the Circle or Tether. So this kind of stable coin is issued by the venture company, not like the bank. So now we are thinking that many countries are watching how Japanese legal framework thinking about the bank will make the stable coin.
なので日本では、CDBC というよりかはステーブルコインにそのなんだろうな過渡期に対して今ステーブルコインで世の中に広げていこうという流れが、加速しています。なので、CDBC は日本では当面ないのかなと思っています。
So in Japan now, government and the private sector is thinking to now it's time to focus on the stable coin. So for the time being, probably a couple of years, maybe 10 or 20, 10, or maybe 10 years, Japan don't thinking about publishing the CBDC. So now we are focused on the stable coin.
Yeah, so I think in the whole DeFi space right now, I think ETH staking, BTC staking, it's people have been doing it for a while now, and I think in 2025, with the Genius Act coming in, with with the whole US having a more clearer regulations, the SEC having more clear regulations around stablecoins, stablecoins yield has been pretty high, right? It has some stablecoins have like up to 50%. I've seen 50, 60%. I think right now, I think if you look at certain protocols, they are also giving up to 30 to 40%, right? And in time to come, you would see that exchanges, like crypto exchanges, whether it's on the DEX, on the SEX, they would want to pair with one of probably like different stablecoin pairing. Right now, most of them are USDT, USDC, right? In future, you might see USD1, you might see another stablecoin pairing. It could come out from the DEX itself, or it could be from Hyperliquid, or from the biggest exchanges that we have in the market these days. So I do see that the use of stablecoin would be adopted into the whole Web 2.5 space. If today Amazon decides to do a stablecoin, for example, right? I think a lot of users would start to adopt it because they already have the user base, and it's just swapping like your local fiat currency to a digital asset version. And I think the adoption actually has to come from these Web 2.5 companies where they have the users as well. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you all for sharing your insights. The second question is, cross-border payments in APAC remain complex. What national stablecoin or CBDC initiatives are underway to improve cross-border payment rails? And how do they align with multi-CBDC or integrated QR efforts? So Baobie, this will begin with you.
Yeah, so I also share some information about the CBDC already, some case example. So if we zoom out, so those case study as I share, we will see about the pattern on the round, the Asian country, they are linking together with about the VR cost, like about the Thai tourists, they can pay in Vietnam by about the VR. And in Singapore, now they connect with about the Thailand Rombay. In India, UBI, they are also joining the game. So meanwhile, the BAS, they are also working on the project Nexus. So they aim to connect about the instant payment system of many projects across multiple countries. and they aim to go live that within about a couple of years.
そうですね。わかる。国際送金系の話ですと、多分バスの問題が多分に絡んでいて、なかなかこう多国間の、クリプト送金を表立ってやるっていうことがだんだん厳しくなっていくっていうことが、すでに起こっている現象です。で、各国の取り組みでそのステーブルコインをどこで発行するのか、例えば USDC をその国で発行したらその USDC の所在はどこにあるのかっていうのはなかなか特定することが難しいので、なかなかクロスボーダー決済は進んでいかないのかなと思ってます。
So regarding the cross-border payment, for example, because of the legal framework and also like the AML problem, we are thinking probably the cross-border payment will be a bit more and more difficult even by the stablecoin or CBDC because of it's a AML problem. So, for example, like it's a USDC. USDC is issued from which company, where is the asset? Is based on it's a United States or Cayman or anywhere. So it's very difficult to determine where is this stablecoin issued from. So this will make the more and more stablecoin is coming. So it will be more complex for cross-border payment.
Yeah, in my opinion, actually, Asia is we actually have the most different currencies in Asia, right? In Europe, it's quite standardized. Most of them use euro. In North America, everyone just use US dollar. But in Asia, I think every country has its own currency, and every country in Asia has its own set of local laws and regulations around cross-border payments. And that's where I think, whether it's stablecoin or even digital assets, people are interested to use that as a form of cross-border payments in Asia. Because there are a lot of people who might not have access to a bank or microfinancing, and that's where digital stablecoin protocols providing such microloans comes in and helps support these small businesses across the world, in Asia especially. So I do see the uptake of stablecoins in these developing countries, especially in Asia, and also there will probably be a couple of leaders of stablecoins out there in Asia, and I think I've been seeing a couple, right? For example, in StakeStone, we have a USD1 vault, and that's also because it's USD1 vault is supported in the US. It's custody with BitGo. It's complied with the U.S. Treasuries. It's one-to-one backed with of the U.S. Treasuries as well. So it makes it viable for us to closely work with USD1, and also across the different exchanges. They are considering having a USD1 pairing, right? Besides USDT and USDC on the sexes. So this is something that we are actually looking forward towards, and also hopefully we do see the other stablecoins come up in the market and to be widely adopted across Asia and also to the rest of the part of the world as well. Yeah.
Look, I think I've partly answered that question in my previous comments, but just to maybe take the conversation slightly somewhere else. I don't want to debate too much about stablecoin, CBDC, what's better, what's worse. I think they don't cater to the same need, full stop. What's interesting is more to understand that those different use cases are going to continue to multiply. At the end of the day, what's a CBDC? It's a digital currency attached to a fiat currency. A stablecoin is the exact same thing. What we're starting to see now is banks issuing their own internal coins to rebalance liquidity between their branches or their regions internally. There's going to be a number of those different aspects. At the end of the day, what's interesting to see here is more the fact that the blockchain technology is replacing the old banking rails that we used to have. And you're not putting that genie back in the bottle. That's over. It's finished. It's not the future anymore. It's already happened. A lot of the rails that you use that you don't even realize are powered by blockchain-based stable coins or currencies, you call them the way you want. Now, depending on the use cases, you're going to pick which one applies to your need based on their risks. What's the risk of a CBDC, or the drawbacks of a CBDC is obviously the interoperability. It's maybe not really designed for cross-border payments. It has the fact that then the government controls what you have in your wallet and what you use it for. It has a number of different aspects to it. The stablecoin, on the other hand, has a little bit more liberty. You have custody of your assets. But on the flip side, you are trusting the fact that the redemption of those stablecoins are done by a private institution that you might or might not trust. And we've seen in some cases what happens when those institutions do not manage treasury and do risk management properly. So I wouldn't talk too much about differentiating them. To me, it's the same innovation. It's just that with any innovation, you're going to have different applications of that technology depending on the need.
Yeah, thank you. The third question is, APAC ranges from high-frequency traders in Singapore to first-time mobile wallet users in rural areas. How are your platforms adapting the user experience for this spectrum while safeguarding security and self-custody? Yeah, so this question will begin with Hideki-san. Yeah.
なかなかこうブロックチェーンの価値をどういうふうに示していくのかっていうのが非常に大きい課題だと思ってまして、で日本だと今2つエクスチェンジの考え方に2つ生まれてきてます。それは従来の、取引をして手数料を、で収益を上げるモデルと、もう一方は金融資産としてブロックチェーンを捉えてどういうふうに運用していくかということに、日本のエクスチェンジが2つに分かれてきてます。
So in Japan, now it's important time to how to explain what is the blockchain, how important. So in Japanese crypto exchange, there is two types of opinion now emerging. One is the exchange for the traders, like the FX, the people who getting the profit from the trading. And the second one is the actual blockchain users who are using the blockchain and making the business, making the products. So these kind of the real blockchain users.
でカストディを進めていくにあたってやっぱりその裏付け資産というものが重要になってくると思うので、私は SBI グループというその巨大な金融コングロマリットの企業にいるんですけども、そういった大きい金融企業が価値付けをすることによってカストディをやっていくんじゃないかなと思っています。
So SBI is not only the crypto exchange, it's also one of the conglomerates from the forex trading and asset trading and stock trading. So the SBI is doing the now custody for the normal Web3 users and business users. So SBI is utilizing the financial asset for custody.
こうやって聞くとなんかすごい日本のブロックチェーン市場ってつまんないなというふうに思われるかもしれないんですけど、なんだろう、法律と価値というものをセットで考えて日本ではこのブロックチェーンの新しい世界を作っていこうと今していて、それに対していろんなユースケースがこれから出ていくんだろうと思っているんで、そこは面白い世界が待ってるんじゃないかと思っています。
So to compare with the global crypto trading, maybe you feel Japanese crypto market is boring, but now we are establishing the legal framework and also the way of thinking how to use the blockchain. So please wait a couple of years. From Japan, there will be new type of blockchain use case will happening. So please looking for us.
Yeah, so I think here at StakeStone, I think the most important thing is keeping the user experience simple and seamless. Whether you are a beginner in DeFi or you are a LP that you have loop into many different DeFi protocols and be able to do advanced DeFi strategies. So I think here at StakeStone, what we really we don't just tell our users that put your money with us, you're safe. You can actually verify it yourself, right? All our data is all on chain. It's all transparent. any users that go to our website, you can actually look at where all your ETHs and all your BTC are, all on chain, fully on chain. So I think that kind of transparency actually give users a lot of trust in us, and they are not just listening blindly to the people in our team. They can actually see it for themselves on chain. So we pride ourselves for that, and also we are also very early adopters of new ecosystems, right? Before the users are able to sort of source it themselves or even hear about a use source, StakeStone has already generated that route already. So users that actually stick with us, they actually stick from day one, right? Whether it's digging rewards from different ecosystems all the way to TGE and post-TGE as well. Users still trust StakeStone and continue to earn rewards from the different use that we bring them. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, so I think all the friends here, Ivan, you also sharing about this question. So for me, also the same. We also make the UI UX for very simple and easy and related for a user, so they can conform with. So that's all.
Yeah, look, I'm going to be very short as well. I think that there's a number of things that we do from a UI optimization standpoint to ensure that our customers have the best experience possible. In the context of stablecoins, the regulations coming out in every corner of the world regulating stablecoins means that we're expecting to see an influx of new stablecoins that are going to come to market. A platform like Flipster, obviously our goal is to list the best possible tokens there is on the market. So there is a listing responsibility. But there's also a disclosure and an element of an educational responsibility, because once you start listing, let's say, 20 stable coins backed by the same currency, how do you differentiate from one another? How do you ensure that your customers understand the difference between those? So there's a lot of work that needs to be done from the educational standpoint or the disclosure standpoint. And I would say that lastly, as usual, the core focus of an exchange like Flipster is obviously to offer those stable coins at the lowest point of friction possible. So that's obviously an area where we continue to focus on, and it's always been the DNA of the firm of Flipster since its infancy. That's it for me.
Okay, so time-wise, maybe we'll just pass the last question to Ivan. So the third question is, CBDC pilots are advancing across the region. As the state-backed digital currencies emerge, where do private stablecoins still offer unique value? And how are your projects positioning to stay relevant?
Yeah, so I think for us, because we are a DeFi protocol, regardless of which stablecoin out there wins the race, or I would say that different stablecoins will also cater to different markets in Asia Pacific or across the different regions as well. We are able to work with them as long as they have a utility, whether in their country. For example, in Taipei, right? If Taipei ever has its own stablecoin and it's being adopted by, let's say, China Mobile or any other big conglomerates in Taipei across sectors, whether it's in property development or in retail or dining experiences, we are able to actually cater specific vaults to the different stablecoins out there, if there is. Yeah.
Yeah, so thank you so much, Benjamin, Baobie, Hideki-san, and Ivan. And thanks to our audience. So stablecoins and CBDCs are redefining how value moves, and APAC is at the heart of this shift. And enjoying the rest of the event, and thank you so much for tuning in.
Thank you. Thanks for having us. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.